Coming in at number 5, Zombie Woman. In this bizarre dashcam footage, we see a car approaching a crosswalk as a pregnant woman begins to cross. All is well, for a moment anyway, before the woman turns towards the car, appearing to be in some kind of trance, almost like a zombie. She stands there just for a moment, staring forward like she's in some other world, before continuing to cross the street. Even more concerning is that she appears to be wearing some sort of gown, one that resembles a hospital gown. Could she have perhaps wandered away from a hospital or a mental institution? Who knows? What do you guys think?
Number 4. Ghost Road. I knew a ghost road growing up. It was in Port Perry, and I went once and it was absolutely terrifying. This video is just as bizarre because at first I didn't really know what I was looking for until I started noticing the same woman keeps popping up around every corner of this road. This video is sent from Teluk Bahang, Malaysia. After rewatching this video over and over, I'm terrified at a couple things.
Wait,
It's scary when it gets silent between two people in a car. That's how you know something serious is happening in front of you, you know? Everyone gets real quiet. Then they notice her a second time. The music plays, but the men stop talking the more and more they turn and see the figure. The music crackles as the car nears the figure. At this point, there seems to be an added humming noise coming from either inside or outside the vehicle. It sounds to me like the woman could have been the one humming or singing due to the volume level when the woman was near, you know, in the dress. The men become frightened and turn around in a panic before this video ends. Creepy. Yeah, first off, high beams, man. Makes for easier visibility when looking for ghosts, you know? Second is like, it's pitch black out, and she's walking slow. She's way too calm to be aimlessly lost at night or on a winding road. I'd like to think that I would stop and ask her if she needs help like that, but in the dark, you know? No. It's the calmness of her presence that makes me feel weird about this one. Number 3, Winnipeg UAP. Okay, I'm just gonna drop the UFO terminology from now on because no one uses it anymore. And there's some serious documents out there with UAP on them, so that's what I'm sticking to from now on. This video was taken in 2013 in Winnipeg, Canada from the dashcam of yet another RCMP officer's cruiser. Yeah, that's either the Green Lantern or something science is still trying to figure out. That was so bright it made the night day for a second. That thing was absolutely trucking as well. Did you see it? And low orbit too. Now I know what you're thinking because I've seen videos like this too, but I've double checked the dates and have searched for records and they do not match. Also, there were no comets at this time or asteroids. I looked it up. They don't just come out of nowhere that close and zip by. Also, did you catch the little blink on the left-hand side before the light explosion? Like, what was that? 2013 sightings are the second highest recorded in Canada since this previous year in 2012 with over 1,980 cases. That's a lot of tax-paying people who gotta get up early in the next morning, phoning it in late at night. Good citizens, not like stoners phoning these in, right? These are police cruisers videos, shall I remind you? What do you think? Whatever that thing is, I need to read about it in a biology book because I am interested. Number 2, Bigfoot. I've seen some pretty bad Bigfoot videos myself. It's always like clearly a dude in a suit quickly like peeking around a tree in broad daylight and then like vanishing. I'm not sold on too many of these videos yet. But this one I've watched over and over, and the long version is even better because you can hear the two deputies' conversation about it.
You see anything down there?
Yes. So, I don't know what the heck it is. It's something going.
As the officers are rounding the corner, a large figure darts across the street in front of them to the left of the road. It's weird because right in front there's tire squeal marks as if someone had already stopped in this area. The deputies then flip a U-ey and proceed to check it out. This is why I couldn't be a cop. I'm way too chicken for this. The fact that they turn around and follow up with their lights on makes me believe that this video is an authentic sighting. You can hear in their voices how confused, and I'd say scared they are. The one cop says it looked like a bear, but it was sprinting. Then the cops mull over the idea if there was pranksters or something in the area. First off, no one sprints in front of a police car. That's the easiest way to get cuffed. So why would someone just dart out like that? Like I said, I've seen my fair share of bad Yeti sightings videos, but the police conversation, the lights, the immediate turnaround, it's too real for me. What do you think? And coming in at number 1, Uber UAPs. This is my prized possession right here. The creme de la creme. The number 1 spot. This video was caught on an Uber driver's dash cam with a passenger inside. The driver spots the 3 egg-shaped UAPs flying from the left of the screen to the right before getting the other passenger's attention. You can hear the driver call out what he's seeing, and then in the long version, the best version, the driver actually flips the camera around in the car and we can continue to see and hear their reactions the whole time. Isn't that crazy? Last year. Also, New Mexico? Come on, that's an easy one right there. There's been a few alien sightings in that area in history. The driver spots the triangle formation and the odd flight pattern. Flying V, huh? Mighty Duck style. But it's not fun and games. These two guys are puzzled beyond belief. They even try and speed up and chase them. Even Buddy in the back whips out his phone to film, astonished. They bond and they laugh while digesting what they just saw in conversation to each other. I don't know, folks, this one's pretty crazy. All the new UAP sightings with the tic tacs and the egg shapes, is this the real deal or what? With all this talk from NASA this past year and the new James Webb Telescope pictures, maybe there's some more videos out there somewhere. Number 5, Incantation. Apparently right now it's the ranking for the most watched non-English horror film worldwide, with over 10 million hours watching and rising. That's pretty sick right there, starting off, you know? Obviously I couldn't leave this one off the list with a reputation like that, so here we go. Incantation is a 2022 Taiwanese found footage supernatural horror film directed by Kevin Ko and co-written by Kevin and Chang Shi-wei. Released in Taiwan March 18th, 2022, it became the highest grossing Taiwanese horror film ever made. Yeah, it's received international distribution from Netflix. Hey, Netflix, so good. Since July 8th, 2022. Here's the plot. A woman named Lee Ronan narrates the film, imploring the audience to memorize an insignia and chant an incantation to bless them and lift a curse on her 6-year-old daughter Dodo. The insignia and incantation are interspersed frequently throughout the film to encourage the viewer to pray along with it. Yeah, it's pretty horrifying. Ronan, her boyfriend Dom, and Dom's cousin Yuan break a religious taboo while documenting a ritual for their internet channel. They go to a remote village of Dom and Yuan's relatives who practice a religion worshipping an ancestral deity called Mother Buddha. The clan asks the three to submit their names with the incantation to Mother Buddha. And here we go. That night, the group spy on the clan performing a ritual where a young girl seems to be willingly prepared for sacrifice. The girl, whose body is covered completely head to toe in runes, was left in front of a tunnel, which the clan said is forbidden. Ronan waits for the girl while Dom and Yuan enter the tunnel. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. Yuan later emerges screaming and Dawn seemingly lifeless. Ronan and Dodo's house soon becomes infested by unexplained ghostly activities, and Dodo is disturbed by a shadowy presence. They bring her to a shrine where a priest agrees to exorcise Dodo. Yunan later becomes possessed and sends copies of the tunnel footage. That's horrifying. Yeah. Just Chuck Liddelling yourself on a computer desk. Yeah, you're definitely gonna need a Tylenol after that one. Ouch. The film ends with some audience participation, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, don't worry, but after watching this, I kinda understand why it's rated what it's rated. Yeah, very scary, but also really good. As always, dudes, if you like what we do here too, hit the like button or leave us a comment down below. Which 2022 horror film has you hiding behind the covers?
In at 4, Unexplained Lights. This video surfaced back in 2014 from a Russian dashcam. The car is driving along a populated highway in the late evening, with the road completely dark aside from the taillights of the car ahead and the night sky. However, suddenly the sky becomes engulfed in orange, growing larger and larger before disappearing, returning the sky to darkness once again. It was a mysterious blast that has never been explained, but many have attempted to. Many believe that it was caused by an exploding meteor, but others are calling UFO, or some sort of military experiment. Yet the military have denied any involvement or knowledge about the unexplainable event. In at 3, Creepy Creature. Like most of the videos on our list, there is very little information surrounding it. However, regardless of that, the video is still horrifying to watch. It was captured at night along a dark, deserted dirt track. The car recording the video appears to stop as a strange-looking creature, on all fours, emerges from the darkness, crawling across the dirt road, disappearing amongst the grass, with the car very quickly reversing. Now it's likely the video is probably a hoax. I mean, the creature in question looks more like a human than it does an animal, but there is still a small possibility that it could be legitimate. There's just something so unsettling about the creature. What do you guys think though? Real or fake? Leave me a comment below. Coming in at number 2, Sinister Cult. This is one of my worst nightmares. Imagine driving along a dark, deserted road, minding your own business, when out of the corner of your eye you see a group of strange individuals heading towards a burning cross. Yep, No bueno. Well, this is exactly what happened to one unfortunate driver who caught this footage on his dashcam. Uploaded to trending videos back in 2017, it shows a group of mysterious men in suits carrying briefcases and umbrellas. They look oddly out of place, even worse, they seem to know it. We can also catch a very quick glimpse of one of the men crossing the street, carrying a large stick and wearing a frightening looking mask. It appears the group were heading towards the burning item located in the field above them. This is clearly some kind of satanic ritual, but that doesn't explain the suits, the briefcase, or the umbrellas. Do you have any theories on who the mysterious men are? And finally, in at number 1, taxi stops for a ghost. One unfortunate taxi driver received a nasty surprise while on shift in Japan one evening. In the dashcam footage, we can see the driver spot a young woman standing, motionless, on the side of the road. Assuming she wants a ride, he pulls over. The camera angle then switches to the back seat, as we see the door swing open, but nobody enters. The driver looks confused, just as I did when I first saw this video. The driver then exits the taxi, walking around the vehicle in an attempt to find the woman, but she's gone. Did he pick up a ghost? Where do you think the woman went?
Number 5. The Manitoba UFO. Coming in at number 5, we have RCMP UFOs. Royal Canadian Mounted Police Unidentified Flying Objects. Pretty much all you need to know about this one. This video was caught by a police officer in Manitoba, Canada in 2011. The officer's name has been left out of the documents due to the severity of the report. Canada does have its fair share of UFO encounters by both public and police. The police officer described seeing an unidentified bright yellow and orange light and stated this was not an aircraft. What was that? While it may have an ordinary explanation, the sighting still prompted the RCMP to contact air traffic controllers in Winnipeg about 40 kilometers away. RCMP then reviewed radar data before sending a quote, vital intelligence report to Canadian Air Force personnel, NORAD, and the Joint Canadian-US Defense Group. Unidentified aerial phenomena, as the kids call it these days. What makes this video even more eerie is the police officer's interest to take the camera out of his holster from the dashboard and try and continue to film whatever was slowly flying over them that morning. The orb-like lantern seems to be pulsing as the police officer parks for a better way to be astonished, I guess? Number 4. Horror in High Desert. Horror in High Desert is a 2021 American film written, produced, and directed by Dutch Merrick in a pseudo-documentary format featuring found footage elements about the mysterious disappearance of a hiker in Nevada. An experienced outdoorsman vanishes in North Nevada while on an outdoor excursion. On the 3-year anniversary of his disappearance, his friends and loved ones recall the events leading up to the disappearance and for the first time speak about what they think actually happened. The first part focuses on the police report of hiker Gary Hinge. Toward the end of July 2017, Gary hiked to an unspecified area in the Mojave Desert, and the police conduct a search based on the last GPS of location on Gary's cell phone. As time goes by, the media stop reporting, and a private investigator named Bill is asked to investigate so that the case would not be abandoned. The investigation then focuses on clues in the last of the published videos. Gary appears in frame from his home, narrating a very unusual experience. The footage found reveals that Gary was able to find his way back to some mystery cabin. There he hears chanting that seems to be human-like, and he eventually is attacked and the camera stops recording. Reporter and the private investigator speculate that who or what might have attacked the hiker. It is mentioned that the police have made this footage public in the hope that someone in the audience might offer some additional clues, which spark a series of theories such as Area 51, atomic testing, satanic rituals, and of course, extraterrestrials. Yeah, that's absolutely horrifying. I didn't even see that thing. They really do a good job at involving the audience in the experience by asking them to help continue the search, which makes the film seem so real but not real at the same time, you know? Hey, great film. And I say aliens, that was definitely an alien, you know? I'm the alien guy, I'm just saying. Number 3, Dashcam. Dashcam is a 2021 computer screen horror film directed by Rob Savage and written by Gemma Hurley, Jed Shepard, and Savage. The entire film is shot from the perspective of the main character's handheld iPhone or the dashcam in her car as she live streams her actions for viewers whose comments are displayed. Kinda hard to read and watch at the same time, but it really makes it scarier, trust me. The film, of course, is produced by Blumhouse Productions, so you know it's gonna slap. Dashcam premiered at the 2021 Toronto International Film Festival in September 2021, where it was named second runner-up for the People's Choice Award. The plot: Annie Hardy is a right-wing internet personality who live streams from her car, making music and using her viewers' comments as lyrics. Tired of COVID-19 restrictions and homelessness in Los Angeles, Annie books a flight to London. There, she pays a visit to her former bandmate Stretch, who now works as a delivery driver. When she arrives at the restaurant, Annie is surprised to find it abandoned before she encounters the owner, who offers Annie huge money to apparently transport an old woman, Angela, to an undisclosed location. Annie accepts the offer, of course, and drives with Angela while live streaming everything to her fans. And this is where it gets terrifying. Angela then vanishes into a nearby forest, and the group find her standing atop of a tree, to which Angela just floats down to the ground before attacking the group, showing them her supernatural abilities. Angela hunts them down, and after a terrifying scene that I'm not going to spoil, a humanoidish creature emerges out of Angela, where it now hunts for Annie.
Okay, Angela, this lady's gonna just take you to some friends, okay?
Nope.
Yeah, I would be saying a big nope too. Hell no, I'm not driving some scary old lady in the middle of the night. That's like rookie horror film nonsense right there. Great movie though, great movie. Very scary. Number 2, Spree. Spree is a 2020 American comedy horror film directed by Eugene Kotlyarenko. The gonzo-style satire follows a social media obsessed rideshare driver played by Joe Keery, who we all love. In an attempt to become viral, he live streams himself murdering his passengers. Ooh, it's a challenge of a role, I'd say. The film also stars David Arquette, Kyle Mooney, and Misha Barton. It was executively produced by Drake. That's saying something right there. Spree premiered in 2020 at the 2020 Sundance Film Festival and was released theatrically on video on demand in 2020. The film received mixed reviews, though critics praised Keery's performance and the film's premise. I really like this movie. I think it's a good representation of 2020 culture, you know? With phones in our hand every second, everybody trying to go viral, doing anything you can for clout. This movie does just that. Okay. Here's the plot. A young man named Kurt is obsessed with being a social media star and becoming viral. Kurt finds work as a driver for a rideshare app called Spree, then fits out his car with cameras and begins a new live stream titled The Lesson, where he instructs viewers on how to become famous on social media. Kurt starts picking up passengers one by one and killing them off with poison that he politely offers riders, as well as a bunch of creative clout-chasing performance heinous acts. You'll see. Kurt is then stopped by 2 police officers who grow suspicious of him. It's revealed that Kurt's murders have already become public, with Kurt being nicknamed the Rideshare Killer. After police are unable to identify him, Kurt tries to flee, but he too is pursued by police, forcing him to crash his car through a homeless camp. With Kurt's murders becoming more well known online, Spree is temporarily shut down to allow an investigation to take place. Kurt tries to kill Jessie, the other character, but she pins him to the wall with her car and then in turn takes his phone and continues the social media presence which he started. Jessie then becomes a nationwide star after taking credit for Kurt's demise and capture surrounding the infamous rideshare killer. Yeah, I really like this movie. It's like super campy and over the top. It's serious at times, but also very gory. Joe Keery kills it with this role, and I feel like if you were needing a break from that Stranger Things character, yeah, we found it. You did very well, my friend. Very terrifying. And coming in at the number 1 spot, VHS 94. VHS 94 is a 2021 American found footage horror anthology film and the 4th installment in the VHS series. If you haven't seen these movies, they're great. Give them a shot. They're almost shot like a bunch of stories from the same era in one film. Like little mini true or false found footage movies that make the audience ask, is this campy or did this really happen? The film originates from a screenplay written by David Bruckner and Brad Miska. The overarching plot follows a police SWAT team who stumble upon a Sinister Cult compound and its collection of VHS tapes and what's on them. Following this series' cult origins around film festivals, VHS 94 has its world premiere at Fantastic Fest on September 26, 2021, and was also screened at the Beyond Fest on October 4th the same year. The film was released as a Shudder original film via Shudder, October 6, 2021, and later that month, Shudder announced that it had become the platform's biggest movie premiere in its history, with record-breaking viewership numbers. That's awesome. Horror movies? Let's go. It's great stuff. These films are awesome. Okay, here's some plots. A SWAT team gets a tip and investigates a prison cell-like haunted house with various static screens playing different found footage. The first is a Channel 6 news reporter, Holly Marciano, and her cameraman, Jeff. They are filming a story about the Rat Man, a local legend who has supposedly been living in the town's storm drains. After interviewing several citizens who have reportedly witnessed the creature to gain information, the duo descend into the storm drain where they find several homeless encampments. Where they find several homeless encampments. While filming, they are approached by a man covered in black goop slime, and he murmurs, "Ratma." They attempt to flee, but they are captured by other similar residents of the sewers. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything else because I really like the VHS series and the mini stories that they do. They're absolutely terrifying. The vampire part is the scariest part. I'm not spoiling anything.